As long as the sun shines, we'll keep playing more of the music you love. Spectrum FM.
Hello, it's Richie from Spectrum FM, and in the studio today we've got Phil from Energy Nordic. Hi, mate.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm sorry, mate, I had to look at that there. I'm all right. How are you doing? You all right? I'll just get your levels right, so that's most important.
Okay.
So, explain first, Energy Nordic, what is it?
Okay, good question. Well, we're an electricity company that's actually Danish owned, and we've been around now for 2 years.
Right.
And we're an alternative to your regular companies that everyone will have heard of, such as Endesa or Iberdrola.
Okay.
So we can supply electricity anywhere on mainland Spain, and that's what we've been doing now, taking customers on board for about 8 months now.
Okay, so you're quite new here in Spain?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say the company 2 years, because as you can imagine, there's a lot of work that needs to go in place and a lot of financing that has to be put in place to be able to run an electricity.
So is that the whole history of the company, just a couple of years? Or?
No, the actual owners of the company are Danish, as I said, and they've owned and run electricity companies in Denmark. Mm-hmm. As you're probably aware, Denmark's quite a small country, so when they've looked at the market down here, there was a massive opening for someone to come in, do it well, and that's what we've been doing.
Okay, so products-wise, so what are you doing on products?
We have 3 different products.
Sally Phil.
Yeah. The main product that really 95% of people have got now and should be having with us is what we call our Flex product.
Right.
And what that essentially means is we actually buy the electricity on the open market on a daily basis. We sell that to the client at cost price, and for that we just charge a €5 handling fee.
Oh, wow.
So really that €5 is your guarantee that you're going to be getting the best price on the market.
Fantastic. Day and night tariffs, what's all that about then?
Sure.
I know what it is, but I'm sure you can explain.
I mean, if you remember going back years and years in the UK, you get up at 3 in the morning to put your washing machine on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll still do it.
We don't need to. That's the good news. You don't need to.
Okay.
Now the day and night tariff actually runs for 14 hours.
Oh, wow.
So it's a massive chunk of the day. And in the winter time, it's 10 o'clock at night through till midday. And then when we change the clocks, which is in a few weeks, at the end of March, we go through to 11 o'clock at night to 1 o'clock. So still 14 hours. And what you're getting is basically close to half price electricity during those 14 hours. So if you can, run your life the way to do the things like your washing machine, your dishwasher, your pool pumps, etc. In those times, you're going to save yourself a lot of money.
Especially with the pools.
Yeah.
Especially with the pool. Especially our boss is the size of his pool. You know what I mean? Some people have got some money, haven't they? It's like you're looking for your website now. Potentia.
Yeah, this is a word that a lot of people see on a bill. Obviously, electricity bills in Spain are complicated, and that's not just a language barrier. That's just how the bills are. So this famous word of potencia, what we call it, is contracted power, and this really is the amount of power contracted to your particular house, apartment, etc. So if you ran around your house and started switching everything on, it would get to a level where it would trip out.
Oh.
And that's because you have a level of potencia.
Oh, okay.
Now, a lot of people have maybe bought a house or bought an apartment, and all they've done is just automatically continued with what the previous owner had. Well, that may be way higher than you need. So we're very specialists at looking at the bill, assessing what you consume, and then hopefully we can lower some of those costs for you as well.
Fantastic. That's good, isn't it? So we've got languages written down here. Why am I asking you about languages, Phil?
Well, as you can hear by my dulcet tones, I'm English. The company...
That's a good job I'm not in it, really.
The company, as the name suggests, Energy Nordic, so we deal in Danish, we deal in Swedish, we deal in Norwegian, obviously English, German and Spanish. So not only are you going to be talking to someone in the customer service on your own language, but also the bills come in your language as well. Okay, so it's a very straightforward bill, but it's in English. So.
Now, if someone's got a problem with you, and a lot of people work late here in Spain because they have the siestas in the afternoon, and then they go back to work and finish at 8 o'clock at night.
Sure.
And if they've got a problem because they haven't had time to call you in the day, can they still get hold of you, hours-wise?
On the telephone number, we work very British and Norwegian, Scandinavian hours, so we're actually 9 to 5, Monday to Friday.
Right.
However, what we suggest to people, we need the information that's on their bill. Okay.
Yep.
So obviously they can do that any time. Just scan the front and the back copy of their bill, email it through to our email address, which is very easy, customerservice@energynordic.com.
Okay.
And then one of our advisors will pick that up the next morning and then email back saying what we can offer them. So we do a lot of work via email.
Great. Okay. Payment-wise, prepayment, what's all that about?
Okay. I mean, what we need to say about payment is 9 out of 10 people are going to save money with us. Okay, that's the important thing, and the reason for that is we actually buy the electricity up front on the daily market. For this reason, it's a business model that we have in Scandinavia. When someone joins us, then you will actually get an invoice we call a prepayment invoice, and that's based on your consumption for exactly the same month the previous year. Right. That's fully refundable, but it just sits on your account as a credit.
Great.
So yeah, it is important that people are aware. That's what we call a prepayment invoice.
Wow, great. Green energy.
Yeah. I mean, green energy...
Obviously, I know what it means.
Well, in Spain, it's slightly different than in other countries.
Why?
For example, in, again, Scandinavian countries, and let's talk about that because that's where we're from, you're talking around 80 to 85% of energy that's actually consumed is green. In Spain at the moment, that's around the 25% mark. So you can see we've got a long way to go. We buy our energy as green energy. However, by the time it's gone along that line and ended up in your house, then it's been contaminated.
Yes.
So what we're doing is always buying green energy. So hopefully we can get that balance, and then we get more and more green energy. The more customers we've got, the higher that percentage is going to be.
Of course.
We are as green as you can be in Spain, and we're working very hard to improve that all the time.
That's great. That's good. So at the end of all that, then, if people are really interested in this, which they should be, looking at all the products that you've got there and what the times and stuff, when people can contact you, how do they switch? This is the most important. This is what daunts a lot of people, isn't it?
It is.
Daunts me, to be honest. When you lived in the UK, it was always, how do I do it? How do you want somebody else to do it in the end? That's what you...
It's the thing we come up against all the time.
Yep.
In essence, it's the easiest thing to do. So, as I've already mentioned, we do need some technical information from the bill, okay?
Yep.
So the easiest way is to scan that and send it to us. One of our advisors will then look at it and then offer you the product. Once you say, yes, that's great, I want to go ahead, the only bit of information we need is the IBAN number, which is the banking details, because that obviously doesn't appear on the bill. And then we send out the contract. You don't even have to sign it. We just email it out to you, and it normally takes between 2 to 22 days.
Right.
And that's down to the distributor a little bit, but if you take it as an average, around 2 weeks, and you'll be switched over, and nothing happens. Like the lights don't suddenly flash and clap of thunder when you're our customer. It's a seamless process.
It just changes over. Nobody knows.
No one knows, other than you'll be getting your bill from us, and you'll be paying less for it.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing straight away, isn't it? That's a good thing. Right then, Phil, thank you very much for coming in.
You're very welcome.
We're going to get some details online now for you here so that people can see. It's on the bottom of the screen right now, hopefully. And thank you very much.
Excellent. Thanks
Cheers.
for your time.
Thanks,
Cheers.
mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.